Welcome to the 2020 mock draft for the NFL. With everything going on, we thought we would put our 2 cents in. We're not NFL analysts or reporters, so don't come at us. And we're just here to have fun and tiny bit of sports to have to boost us. So we're going to be going by 3 picks, every 3 picks in the first round, and discussing it, asking questions. So Marsh, start us off. Who your first 3 picks are?
All right, so my first three was Joe Burrow to the Bengals, Chase Young to the Redskins, and Jeff Okudah to the Lions. I think that's pretty set in stone unless the Lions trade out. But
yeah, I had about the same thing. Joe Burrow, Chase Young, Okudah. I also had it marked. I believe that Detroit will trade. I think they will trade with Miami. I think Miami is worried about the Chargers moving up to that 4 spot, and I think that's going to make them want to take Tua or Herbert. I don't know. 50-50 to me.
So we'll break down each pick. Joe Burrow, not much to say about this pick in depth. He's a great quarterback, had a record season last year at LSU and brought home a chip to DeMaio. Shout out 7th Ward. Now, do you see him as like the perfect quarterback for the Bengals?
I don't think anyone's really perfect for the Bengals, if I'm being brutally honest. It's hard to be a quarterback in the Bengals system. And division.
All right.
You kidding me?
yeah, it's tough. But he's a little bit older. But besides from that, I think he's almost as surefire as you could hope for.
Yeah, Baker was
All right,
older
so
too.
Next,
Yeah,
Baker was older. Baker didn't have good coaching. I don't know about the Bengals coach, excuse me, but with an 0-16 season, or
It's a new guy,
maybe it's
right?
a quarterback. Yeah, it's a new guy. I don't
has
even
to.
know his name.
You usually don't rehire the
But,
guy you just went 0-16 with.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe,
I honestly
I don't know.
I know nothing about the Bengals, but they have the first pick. But
Yeah.
with
so
Chase
they
Young
went
and the
2-14
Redskins.
last year.
Oh, 2-14. I
They
thought they
beat
didn't
my
win
Jets.
any games.
Actually, I remember. Unfortunately,
I do
Oh
remember that too.
no, Marsh. There's actually something. We dug up the files, and you said the Jets were going to be with DeMaio. What was the number? The
I
Jets
think
were going to be
8
8-8.
8 was the minimum.
7-9, not far off. With Darnold out for 3 games with mono.
That's going to be
All right,
crazy.
fair enough.
I don't know how, as a football fact, I personally couldn't accept the fact that my quarterback wasn't playing because of mono.
It's tough,
I
but
couldn't take it.
Back to the draft. Mono out. Now with Chase Young, what the Redskins obviously taking Dwayne Haskins last year. He seems like he tried gaining a connection with his teammates and everything, and it just looked like he kept failing. When with a quarterback like him who didn't prove a lot last year, when do you decide to jump ship and completely go a different way with the draft? Because Chase Young being one of the best defensive prospects, he's a no-brainer to take. But in the foreseeable future, when do you think out with Dwayne Haskins?
I really never understood the Reds. You want to go?
No, you got it.
All right. I never really understood the whole Redskins thing from the start, how they were bringing in, like, Case Keenum, and then they had Dwayne Haskins, and they had Alex Smith, but they weren't really – you can't really get rid of Alex Smith. His legs are broken. It'd be kind of fucked up if you did. I think it would fuck the their salary cap, too.
Yeah.
I think if Dwayne Haskins can't put together, like, a 500 season in 3 years, then, yeah, you probably got to get rid of him. Because he was just, like – he was What are you going to do? You can't really win the game.
In college, too.
I think the one game he did win, remember, he, missed he was taking a selfie with fans or something, so he missed the freaking kneel. Like, they couldn't even have him.
Yeah.
That's not a winner. I don't know.
I'm not a big Dwayne Haskins fan. At first, when the Giants drafted Daniel Jones last year, I was like, why didn't we take Haskins? But they both suck in my eyes.
Last year's class for quarterbacks was very bad.
Yeah.
Kyler definitely wouldn't have gone first this year, I'll tell you that.
Oh, no, I don't
he
think
might have not. He
Kyler
probably
would.
would have gone second, to be honest.
Second round?
Gone over Kyler. No, he would have definitely gone first round. Kyler Murray's very good.
All right. So, yeah, he is a first pick. There's no arguing that. Obviously, something that was the Cardinals thought was worth it. So, with Chase Young being this great defensive player, I feel like his stats talk enough for him. I don't feel like we have to get deep into this. But with the Lions pick, you guys both selected the same person, correct?
Okuda, yes.
I forgot who it was. Yeah. Great. He's a cornerback, correct?
Mhm.
Or is he a free
Ohio
safety?
State.
Cornerback. All right. Yes, that's oof. Now, what do you think as the Lions not taking a quarterback? I think Matt Stafford needs to get the hell out of there. I think they need to start something new because, no, think about how many seasons Stafford's been there and they made the playoffs once. You could argue that they got screwed out of the playoffs because of those refs against the Cowboys, but it's all like, hey, how long could you do this rebuilding process?
I believe that all that it takes is about watching 6, maybe 5 Lions games, and you could automatically tell that it's not his fault. It's
And-
just evident.
I
You
don't
just
watch
watch
the
the game
Lions.
and it's evident.
Even if you think that Stafford is the problem, they still have a lot of money tied into him, and might as well try to. And he's not terrible. So, I mean, you could at least, if you don't think highly of him, you can at least say he's not awful. He's a decent starting quarterback at the worst. But they just lost Darius Slay, traded him away. So I think try to rebuild the
This is
defense, build around Stafford while they
great
still
pick.
have him on the big
Great pick in
contract.
a sense of rebuilding the defense. It's a great pick in my opinion because you just lost what is it, big time Slay or big play Slay, whatever his
Yeah.
nickname is. He's a solid cornerback to have on your team. So losing a key asset to your defense, I feel like the best thing to do is take the best available cornerback. Sorry about that. And they're doing the right thing. So we'll go on to the next 3 picks with the Giants starting it off. Who do you guys have the Giants taking?
I had the Giants going with Tristan Wirfs, the tackle out of Iowa. Who did you have,
Iowa,
DeMaio?
okay.
I had Isaiah Simmons, linebacker from Clemson. More as an edge, obviously, though.
Now for the next 2, who do you guys have?
Ooh, these are the good ones.
I had and now this isn't what I would do, but I had the Dolphins taking Herbert at 5 and the Chargers getting Tua at 6.
We had the same exact thing.
This isn't what I would do, but I think the Dolphins are genuinely concerned about Tua's health concerns, and the Chargers have taken injury-concerned players in the past, so I think they wouldn't have an issue with it, and they can take a shot if he doesn't work out this year or he's not healthy. They still have Tyrod because they're confident in him. So I think both squads or all 3 picks or those 2 quarterback picks would work out for their teams.
Work out.
Yeah.
Now, Marsh, you said O tackle from Iowa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Iowa State. Now, what about what makes you think that they're going to take him compared to the other offensive tackles? And there are a lot of great offensive tackles. What sticks out about this player, if you know anything about him?
Just the combine, he had like 99th percentile and like a 40 and like the 3 cone and everything. And he was the shuttle, great athlete, great player. And I've seen a lot of Giants talk connected to him. So I could see them definitely going that way to protect their investment in Daniel Jones. Went an up and down rookie year, but trying to protect
DeMaio,
him.
you said edge rusher, which is a big thing on the Giants' radar now. What made you completely sink in on that edge rusher position and not offensive lineman, mostly an offensive tackle?
Well, obviously taking out a lineman is a big thing for the Giants. Like I put that into consideration, but none of the tackles, in my opinion, are worth a top 5 pick. Certainly, a couple of them are worth a late top 10 pick, and a lot of them are definitely the 10 to 20. But I wouldn't waste the top 5 on Tristan Wirfs. He's not. I mean, you look back at these other drafts, like the Mitchell Schwartz's and like the Greg Robinsons, like the 1 and 2 picks, like the linemen, they're like, holy crap, like who's doing this? Like, I don't see Tristan Wirfs being one of those. Isaiah Simmons, like, can play any position. Not that you're gonna need him drafted a Giant. He's Bill Pepper's at safety. You don't need him at safety. You need him at edge.
Safety.
You need him at edge.
You could put him anywhere on the defense.
And they just picked up Leonard Williams' franchise today because they don't know to pay him.
Yeah.
But
now, do you guys think that there would be, any chance that the Giants trade? Not saying I want you guys to implement a trade and pick, but there's a lot of talks about a lot of trades going down. The Lions, even what I heard today not too long ago is the Redskins are open for trade.
No, I think the Redskins is a smokescreen. I think the Lions is not a smokescreen. I think the Giants moving back would be less of a moving back move. It would be more of a Miami or a Chargers moving up move.
Yeah,
I agree.
definitely.
I could definitely see if Miami doesn't trade up to number 3, I think the Chargers would if they think the Dolphins are going to take Herbert or Tua, whoever they prefer, and they want to get in front of them, I could definitely see that because the Giants aren't going to take a quarterback. So whoever they want is most likely going to still be there at 6. So it'd be a good move for them to move back in that position.
If you're Herbert, you
Now-
gotta be beating yourself up over not being the first pick last year, because you had it and you just decided to go to college. You have
People forgot that. That's like someone tweeted out people are sleeping on Jake Fromm. No, no.
I don't think he makes big plays or wins big games.
No, he's not.
He's like a worse Alex Smith.
He had an incredible offense. He had 2 ridiculous running backs in Nick Chubb and Sony Michel. He still didn't win.
Yeah,
I mean, thanks to Bama. But so you guys gave your ideas for the Dolphins and the Chargers, so we're not going to spend too much time on that. Next is the Panthers, Cardinals, and Jaguars. So who do you guys got going there?
DeMaio, you want to take this first?
Sure. Carolina, I got taken the interior D lineman from Auburn, Derek Brown. Arizona, I have taken Tristan Wirfs, who you just had going to the Giants. And Jacksonville, I think they'll trade this pick, but I have them taking the cornerback, C.J. Henderson from Florida.
All right, so I also had the Panthers taking Derek Brown. I think they're most likely – I don't think he's going to go before that, and I think that's the player they're most likely going to take there. They could trade out, but I think that's what they would do. At 8 with the Cardinals, I had them taking a tackle, just not worse. I had them taking Jedrick Wills from Alabama, who I personally think is the best tackle in this draft. Hoping he falls to the Jets, but I doubt it. Protect Kyler. Those are my 2 favorites, yeah. And then 9th, I had to the Jaguars. So I also think I'll trade out, but in this situation, Isaiah Simmons, who falls a little bit just for teams reaching for need with quarterback and tackle, but I could also see Henderson here as well.
Isaiah Simmons
Now,
at 9
Marsh,
is a must for any NFL GM, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say that because I could see him falling because of basically all these teams need a quarterback and everything. And you can't really see a team in the top 10 that are in like that have a set in I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like I could see him falling, and if he's on the clock at 9, I feel like you're stupid if you don't take him.
Yeah.
Because Jacksonville
Jaguars
just losing and not in Dominican too. I'm sorry. Who's the angry turtle?
Ngakoue.
Snapping turtle. No. Calais Campbell. Jaguars just losing Calais Campbell. That's a big piece of your defense, and I feel like you just need that big name player. And even though he's a rookie, I feel like he still could come into this league and put up numbers like Chase Youngwood or someone else.
Picks, tackles, sacks, whatever you want.
Well, that would be the same thing that happened in Jacksonville
last year.
A year ago with the whole Josh Allen thing. Josh Allen falling right into the lap of the Giants in the paper.
Cleveland Farrell. And Daniel Jones.
My God,
exactly.
The Giants top 3 pick before Kyler.
Yeah. Now we won't go too in depth with the linemen. I feel like it's not needed now. And is there a pick that I missed that we didn't go over?
I think maybe I had C.J. Henderson to Jacksonville. I mean, it's just kind of like a corner, like a back end cover. I'm pretty guaranteed they're going to trade out. I think the person who's going to trade up is going to be Atlanta. Atlanta's going to want to take someone in the top 10.
I think it's going to be Henderson too, because they want a corner.
Trufont's gone, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is.
Definitely.
Now with the next 3 picks, Cleveland Browns, New York Jets, and Las Vegas Raiders. Correct, Las Vegas. That's sick. Who do you guys have going?
Marsh.
So for the Browns, I had them going with a tackle for Baker Mayfield, but more so for Nick Chubb and Mekhi Becton, big, fast,
Big
strong.
boy.
Yeah, someone that'll protect Baker, but more importantly, open up holes for Nick Chubb, get that offense rolling. With the Jets, I had Andrew Thomas, the offensive tackle out of Georgia. They just need help on the line
They need some
everywhere.
type of protection, man.
And then,
As a New Yorker, it's I root for the
yeah,
Jets, and I hope they do get that protection.
yeah, they need to build a wall in front of Sam Darnold. And then at 12, I had the Raiders. I think they're going to go wide receiver, and right here they have the pick of the top 3. I had them going with CeeDee Lamb, but I think it goes down to preference at a CeeDee Lamb out of Oklahoma. What about you, Mike?
I had Cleveland also going with the tackle. Wait, did you have them going? You had them going with the tackle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have them going with Andrew Thomas out of Georgia. I had Jedrick Willis flipping to the Jets, which I think will be good. The reason I didn't have Mekhi Becton on here is Mekhi Becton had a great combine, and he had a great pro day, but he recently was in the news. He red flagged for a
I saw that. Yeah.
So I think that's going to drop him. I have him in my next 3, though, so it's not like it killed him. And
Yeah.
Vegas, I also had taken CeeDee Lamb because receiver is one of their top needs, and John Gruden seems like a CeeDee Lamb guy. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
I see it. I see it. I see the vision.
I see CD in Vegas next year, and
Now, who's
great
throwing to him,
receiver.
Yeah,
I
Mariota.
think it's going to be a fight, right? They're declaring it as like a competition. Like same with the Bears with Nick Foles and Mitch Trubisky.
Sneaky here, but teams always reach for quarterbacks. I could possibly see. I don't think it's likely, but I could possibly see them taking Jordan Love here, just for Gruden to get his guy. I don't know, but
I think
it's
Gruden's guy in this
that could
draft
happen.
is Tua. I think he's just like kind of
Out of their
accepted that he
reach.
can't get him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan Love's weird because a lot of mock drafts have Jordan Love going to like the Saints as like a backup for a year.
My thing is, I think like the Saints or even the Patriots might be a team that would want him, but teams always trade up for a quarterback, draft him too early. I think he might be gone before their picks, but I don't know where. He's hard to peg.
I'll be straight honest. I don't have him in my first round. I have him slipping out of my first round. I believe this one will trade up in the second round to get him right away. Just like last year with the cornerback Byron Murphy. Like right away they're like, we need this guy.
Yeah.
I think they're
So
the Cardinals.
with CeeDee Lamb and what differentiates him from the other receivers who are so talked about in this draft?
I mean, first of all, if I'm being honest, like off the bat, he's a great receiver, and this is nothing against him. But the reason he's above these other guys is because he's had 3 Heismans in a row throwing the ball to him. Almost. Jalen Hurts was almost a Heisman. But he's pretty good. Like, come on.
Yeah.
That guy throwing the ball for 3 years, you're on the NFL.
That definitely makes a standout. So now we're going into, 13, 14, and 15, and Indianapolis, who just signed Phillip Rivers to, I believe, a 1-year, 17 mil? Or am I completely off with the numbers?
It's like 25 mil, but they traded the pick to the Niners.
Yeah, San Fran.
Oh, yes,
at the
they
moment.
did. Sorry.
I believe.
Yeah, 31 and 13.
Mm-hmm.
So saying San Francisco, who didn't open up their block, like say they didn't release all this stuff that they're open on trading down and using 13 and 30 as leverage is not only as their players as well. Who do you guys have the Niners supposedly taking at 13?
Well, here I'm thinking it's like 99% they're going to trade. I think if you want to bet on one trade happening, it's going to be the 49ers trading out of 13. And I believe if they don't, it would be Henry Ruggs III. Just add a speedy guy for Jimmy Garoppolo to throw to. I think the potential is not exactly through the roof, but the speed itself in the game today just opens up so much crap.
And then DeMaio, since you gave that pick, give your Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Tampa Bay Patriots or the New England Patriots.
Here, I got someone to cover my boy Tom. I'm a Pats fan, but he's gone, but I love him still. I got someone to cover Tom's backside. Mekhi Becton slips down to the Tampa Bay. They'll take him, I think. And then Denver, I think
Okay.
everyone's kind of seeing this come to fruition. It's the Jerry Jeudy to Denver move, which I think is good. I think before this college season started, most, if not all people, thought Jerry Jeudy was the best receiver in college football. I did. I thought he was just incredible. He can catch anything. I thought he was like Julio Jones 2.0. He's just going up and getting it. But yeah, I think it's a good pick for the Broncos.
All right,
All right, so Marsh.
2 out of the 3 picks, I had the same pick, and the other pick, I had the same position as you. So I had the Niners going Henry Ruggs. I think losing Emmanuel Sanders, they get another receiver in there, if they don't trade out. But getting some speed, just something for Kyle Shanahan to play around with. At 14, I had the Bucks getting Josh Jones, who there's the top 4 tackles, and then he's also a first-round tackle, but not quite up there. But I think they would reach on him a little bit just to protect Tom, because their offense is looking scary. So that would be the cherry on top. And then I also had Jeudy going to the Broncos. I still think that he's the best receiver in the draft, but people fall in love with
Yeah, I
CD's
like
size,
Jeudy, man.
run after
I don't
catch,
know
and
what
then the speed of
skill
Henry
set is
Ruggs.
that puts him above Jerry Jeudy. I don't think he could jump higher. I don't think he's much faster. Maybe he's a better ball catcher, kind of like a Mike Thomas thing, something you can't really write down on paper.
He's like he's gonna catch the ball and he's gonna catch it well. But I think people just they fall in love with different aspects. I think CD and Jeudy, you can't go wrong with. Ruggs, I could see possibly busting, but I think it's hard to be completely awful when you're that fast. Like, you can't teach that. When he's faster than everyone else on the football field.
Also, like,
I mean, your
I
hands
see
could suck.
people bringing up like the Ruggs. They bring up 3 people. They bring up Ruggs, Tyreek Hill, and they bring up John Ross. John Ross you don't hear as much, but obviously Tyreek Hill is like the ceiling version of Henry Ruggs, basically. When you give people their ceiling, you give them Tyreek Hill, basically his exact form at its peak. That's Tyreek Hill. And you get John Ross. But you got to remember, John Ross got drafted to the freaking Bengals. And he got that 40 time. Remember, he was like a 20th to 30th pick. He was, what, top 10? They drafted him like 8th
after
that.
40. After that,
Yeah.
he jumped.
It was ridiculous.
Power of a
I mean,
40.
he got put in the Bengals. Like, come on. I think if you're Henry Ruggs and you get drafted to the Niners, it's going to be a little hard for you to bust. I don't know. Unless the 49ers flip, like the only example I can think of is Panthers after losing the Super Bowl. But even then, they did not have the talent that the 49ers have returning.
Yeah, they're going to be good for a while.
I think, talking about the Niners, I think it's they're definitely a top pick for Super Bowl contenders from the NFC. So
Sure.
for the next 3 picks, I believe it's
Atlanta, Dallas, Miami.
Yeah, there you go. So you guys discuss your picks right quick. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. So I had I think he's going to go higher than this, but in a world without trades, I have the Falcons taking C.J. Henderson here. I think they're probably going to move up for him. But in a world without trades, I think he's here for them, and they take him, and they're very happy. They need a corner. 17, the Cowboys, I have them taking Caleb Von Chason, the edge out of LSU. I think they need more juice off the edge, opposite of Tank. And then the Dolphins just traded away Minka Fitzpatrick last year. I think they get another safety here in Xavier McKinney out of Alabama. Sure up the back end and adds the defense with Byron Jones and Xavier Howard, and it's getting scary over there. What about you, Mike?
Atlanta, I had Chasen, LSU edge going. There's a big need for an edge there, especially with the whole Vic Beasley and all that stuff happening there. Vic Beasley never really worked out in Atlanta as much as people
never.
They got Fowler, so if they get Chasen, they got 2 dominant edges. I
remember when Vic Beasley got drafted, I thought he was going to be so good. And I don't know why, but and he was in the Super Bowl and everybody was like, "Oh, Vic Beasley's going to be a standout player." I fell for the Vic Beasley hype.
That year the Falcons went to the Super Bowl, he went crazy. He had like 16 sacks or something, and then he just fell off the face of a cliff after that.
And then they lost. They blew a 28-3 lead.
But Dallas, I have taken.
DeMaio say it.
Yeah, Dallas, I have them taking the interior D tackle from South Carolina, Javon Kinlaw. I think
Mhm.
Dallas, you really got nothing to worry about except like a safety. And to me, I wouldn't take Xavier McKinney if I was Dallas. He's not really the strong safety he needs, more of a free safety ball hawk type
Mhm.
guy. You're going to want more of maybe like Grant Delpit, which isn't someone I would reach for at 17.
Yeah, I'm not a big Delpit guy. I think that's second round if you're looking at Delpit.
So I have them taking Kinlaw, and I have Miami, same thing, taking McKinney,
Right on.
who I would love to be a Patriot, by the way.
If he
Now-
drops, that'd be a great pick for them.
Definitely.
If we'll talk about that when we get there. Next, we have. I mean, you guys have the draft in front of you. I have some type of list. I don't think it's accurate, but
I got
I believe
Vegas,
it's-
Jacksonville, Philly.
yeah. So these 3 picks, Vegas having a their second pick in the first round. Who do you guys have them taking?
I have the Raiders going with the cornerback from LSU, Christian Fulton. I think that's they need a corner, definitely, on the Raiders. So I think that'll be a good young pick for John Gruden. Jacksonville, I have them taking Zach Bond, the Wisconsin linebacker. I think that's going to be it. I don't know if it's a sleep. I'm really 50-50 on Zach Bond. I don't know how he works. I don't know how he'd work in the Jacksonville system because I don't know the Jacksonville system. I also don't know the Wisconsin system. But he seems like a stand-up slash and edge guy. So I don't know. He seems like the type of guy I don't use. He's a solid inside linebacker. And Philly, I have taken Justin Jefferson, receiver LSU, because Philly has had receiver problems for as long as I can remember.
Years since Deshaun Jackson was traded back when Chip Kelly was their head coach. Chip Kelly. I remember the Chip Kelly trends of him being racist, getting rid of Deshaun Jackson and LeSean McCoy for Kiko Alonso. Yeah, and Riley Cooper didn't have a clean slate either. So
Riley
Chip
Cooper just had a
Kelly,
certain word at
Riley
a country
Cooper.
concert that people don't appreciate.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, Riley Cooper! Screw Riley Cooper! Screw the whole Eagles organization!
Fuck Riley Cooper. Me and all my homies hate
Fuck Riley
Cooper.
You all hate the Eagles and shit? I like this.
No, I like the Eagles.
I mean, screw you. Growing up with an Eagles fan and sharing a house with him was brutal my whole life. But this isn't
I
a
only
life
got one
story.
team I
This
hate.
is
I'll
a
tell you
contract.
that. Only one team, and it's the Jets. I'll be honest.
That's
And they
fine.
do
How do
nothing.
you
They
hate
don't
the
like.
Jets?
I don't know, and we bully them a lot too. Except a couple times they beat us. Not us. I'm not.
Yeah. Listen, I hate the Patriots, but it's like a respectful hate. Like you're so good that
I'm waiting for the Jets' respectful hate to start. I would love to respect and hate you guys at the same time. But you guys are starting giving me the respect part.
If we rewind 10 years ago, we could have that. But
yeah. when you guys won the AFC that one time, that was.
We lost in back-to-back AFC chips.
Oh, to the Colts.
I would have had respect if you guys beat us fair and square in OT and Matthew Slater didn't screw up that coin toss.
Oh, that was I was so hyped. I was riding the hype train. Jets they beat the Patriots, beat the Bills, and they're in. And then Ryan Fitzpatrick.
That was the Fitzpatrick here. Whew.
Yeah.
Take me back. That was fun to watch.
That was
Fitzpatrick was a man when he was on
one of the
Jets.
few enjoyable seasons.
And Chris Ivory had a great season too.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Ivory was
Brandon Marshall,
dude.
1,500 yards. Eric Decker. They had a good team.
Marsh, you just tell Marsh, you give Marsh a year and he'll give you the complete stats for the Jets. So Philly, I feel like the biggest out of these 3 is Philly with that wide receiver problem. Personally, I think Carson Wentz is overhyped. I don't think he's that good. But something that could definitely help him is a receiver because he targeted Zach Ertz and Goddard a lot. Like he favorited his tight ends because I feel like that wide receiver
yards by receiver last year.
It's like Deshaun Jackson was on the injury boat, and I feel like he's getting up there in age, so it's time to move on from him. And what's Nelson Aguilar? He can't catch
Mark,
anything.
did you make your pick?
No, but I had
my mind.
The Raiders. I also had them going corner. Or I'll flip back. The Eagles. I did have them taking Jefferson as well. I think that's I think Eagles going wide receiver in the first round is pretty much set in stone. It's just a matter of which one's there for them.
And Justin Jefferson's the only good one left.
Yeah.
You can't see them trading up, either of you?
No, I think that I
Not the
definitely think they
Eagles.
could for a receiver. I think
One
they
team
could for
that
a
would draft
receiver.
up for that would trade up for a receiver would be the Broncos, and even then, they're not like they think Jerry Judy could fall in their lap.
Mhm. I had the Raiders also going corner with Jalen Johnston from Utah. I remember he was doing an interview and I saw it and they were like, "What team liked you the most?" Far? He's like, "Oh, definitely the Raiders. The Raiders for sure." And he's projected in the first round. I'm connecting the dots. I could see it. And
I feel
then
like
the
John Gruden just
Jags.
leaves that impression on everybody. Just like you leave the room, even if he absolutely doesn't want you, you leave the room, and it's just like,
Thinking
dude,
he
that
wants
guy.
you.
I want to like get a beer with that guy. That guy likes me. You
What do
ask
I-
me all these questions.
What do I do to get a beer with John Gruden?
You
And then,
drink.
Walking to the wrong bar.
What if you? A very off-topic question. What if you you go into a bar and you see like a posse and they're like, "Oh, that's Gruden over there." You walk over there and you're excited to meet him, and it's Jay Gruden, his brother.
Oh.
Like are you excited? Do you ask for a picture?
Yeah, hell yeah. Jay Gruden, you know why? Jay Gruden's on PMT all the time. I'm asking, can you FaceTime Big Cat for me?
Oh, I just asked him like,
God.
"Yo, is your brother here? You're holding
in
the
the
seat
bathroom or something?
I don't know. I feel like I would be like, how does it feel being the second Gruden?
There's a third Gruden. He's a doctor.
Oh,
How does
you
it
know,
feel? Then I would
good
tell him
He
how
was
lineage.
does
never
it
a
feel
football
being
guy
a
growing
third
up.
Joe. That's like Eli Manning's youngest brother, the Manning brothers' youngest brother. He
Well,
was
he
into
played, he
football,
got
but he
injured.
sucked.
No, he's real good.
Got it.
He got hurt. He had
Didn't
like a
he-
hip like
didn't he,
early. He was great. He was a receiver.
Okay. Well, did not know that. I thought it was. I thought it just he sucked. Maybe it's
Cooper
another
Manning.
brother.
All
Cooper.
right, what picks are next? I don't even know. Oh,
Cooper.
Minnesota,
Boy
New
named
England, New
Cooper.
Orleans. That's a crazy trio. Whew.
All right. So starting off with Minnesota, and then guys go from there.
All right, so
I got it.
yeah.
I got Minnesota taking the cornerback from TCU, Jeff Gladney. I have New England taking linebacker Oklahoma, Kenneth Murray, and I have New Orleans also taking inside linebacker with Patrick Queen from LSU.
All right.
Now we have Marsh.
I had the Vikings after trading away Stephon Diggs, getting Denzel Mims, the wide receiver out of Baylor, big and fast.
Smart.
Just throw it up to him. The Pats. This is I don't know how DeMaio like this, but Jordan Love. I don't know. Stidham or Love?
That
Who would you prefer?
Set off fireworks.
Or Brian Hoyer.
Or Brian Hoyer.
Okay. Here, I'll give
And
you the
then,
rundown. Here's the rundown. Oh, you go with your last pick.
I had the Saints picking Kristen Fulton as opposite of Marshawn Lattimore.
Lattimore had an
LSU.
off year, didn't he?
He did. He didn't follow up.
Or maybe
None of it,
maybe
yeah.
that was 2 years ago. I don't know. But yeah, okay. Pat's quarterback situation. You ready? Yes,
Wait,
you
I'm
got
excited.
two. You got two at the moment. Yeah, Jared Stidham. You got Brian Hoyer. Brian Hoyer has played NFL games. He's played for the Patriots. He knows the Patriots system. Bam. Okay, that's all you got. That's really all you have. He's nothing special. He's below special. You got Jared Stidham. Shown flashes in preseason. You let him in the regular season, he throws a pick six to Jamal Adams. That's pretty much all you got on film. That and really good preseason. He could run, sort of. Like, he could white guy run.
Yeah, the
You could
tall
Carson
white guy
Wentz.
run. Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
can
Josh
jog his
Allen-
way around.
He's got long legs. He'll scamper for a couple of yards.
But what do you define Josh Allen's running ability? Because we see that boy getting up
Josh
and dirty.
Allen's better
Remember
than
when
the
he
average
hurdled
quarterback.
white guy? Okay.
Better than the average quarterback in China.
You guys know better than me.
Josh Allen? Oh, yeah, because of the
White people.
conference.
You know, Lamar Jackson gets the running back jokes, but Josh Allen
He's a hustler, bro.
might be more of a running back.
Dude, he's so good, though. He can throw the ball so damn far. Yeah, so Pat's situation, my opinion, I think it's going to be a late-round quarterback like that guy from FIU, James Morgan. I think they're going to get him in, like, the fifth or something. Well, I don't know what he's projected. I don't think it's definitely not going to be – it's going to be home run or ground ball. That's literally it. It's going to be like one of those late guys like James Morgan, FIU, or it's going to be a Jordan Love. And if it's a Jordan Love, I think that's cool because I'm just like, holy shit, the Pats just drafted a first-round quarterback. That just happened. We have a quarterback. Like, that's cool to say. Most people ask me who the quarterback is. I'm who Jared Stidham is.
I have a quick question for you. Do you want the Patriots to try to compete this year, or do you want them to tank for?
Hell yeah.
You want them to tank?
No. I want them to win. I think they can win. For sure.
Oh, okay.
Bill
Yeah,
Belichick,
I mean the defense is still legitimate.
God, you could hand Bill Belichick a high school team, and I would not. I would doubt it, but I wouldn't.
Putnam Valley Tigers.
Maybe
if he coached.
Oh,
okay. All right. Bill's not a miracle worker.
Okay, but give Ryan Elsas to the Patriots. That's an even better dynasty.
I would hate to see the team crumble like that.
Imagine Tom Brady going to offensive coordinator Joe Natalie on the sidelines, slamming the helmet down. Dude, what do you mean draw on 3rd and 12?
Tom throwing passes to freaking Chaffee.
I'm pretty sure you can't play FIFA in this, so I'm gonna have to quit.
He's got like the little tablet that they use on the sidelines. He's like playing FIFA.
Mutt squad, FIFA squad.
It's like it's like a 50-50 ball. It's like, how do you not catch that, dude? Tom Brady just threw you that ball. It's like, what the fuck's that to do with it?
Freaking oven mitts.
Very quick Nat story, and I know only like the people of PV watching this will understand.
If you made it this far, you might as well learn him in Natalie. I don't know.
Yeah. So he's a doofus, but he's also the boy. So one day at practice, I told him, Nat, you're the offensive coordinator. We shouldn't run the ball on 4th and whatever. And he goes, all right, wait, but look at my all-Italian FIFA team. And just completely ignored my question. And the whole practice, he was working on his phone, on his FIFA app for an all-Italian team. And I was like, you know what?
That year?
We did. And we all know what happened in the section finals.
Yeah.
All
right. What picks do we have next? Another Minnesota, Miami, Seattle.
All
right. So let's hear it.
You had Minnesota taking him at 22. I have them taking him at 25. Jeff Gladney, cornerback at TCU. Xavier Rhodes fell off last year. They lost Trey Waynes. They need a body there. Not just a body, but a good player. They want to stay relevant. I had the Dolphins taking kind of a project tackle with Austin Jackson at USC because they lost Tunsil, traded him away. Need someone there. And then Seahawks, Clowney hasn't signed yet, so I had them taking Yatir Gross-Matos, the defensive end out of Penn State. Someone to rush the passer for them.
So I had Minnesota. I think you need a new wide receiver too. You only have Thielen. Diggs is gone. I say you take T. Higgins, the last of the good group of receivers, I'd say. I say you take T. Higgins here. Miami, I have them. I think at 26, this is almost a throwaway pick for Miami, but not really since their team sucks. So I think what they take here is I'm not sold on Jordan Howard, so I'm taking DeAndre Swift. I think he's a first-round talent that kind of needs to go in the first round, and I would hate to see him go second round. And same thing with Seattle. I think they need an edge rusher, but instead I had them taking AJ Epinesa from
Iowa. Right on.
Oh no, my headphones just did the ding, meaning they're about to die.
Get your shit going.
Yeah.
Shit in the road.
So honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. Coming to the later picks, I am not that involved in knowing a lot about these guys because there's only so many players that you need to know about. So, if you guys want to discuss them, the floor is open. Go ahead. I'm gonna take a step out and just
3 different ones.
I mean, yeah, you had Gladney earlier to the Vikings. I have him here. Same.
Yeah, we explained everything. Because Xavier Rhodes had a very Xavier Rhodes.
He had a bad year and he made the Pro Bowl. It's crazy, but it's a fan thing, so it doesn't matter.
Is he even worth it? Is this
what are you
even worth it?
I mean, DeAndre Swift's a big pick too. You got to think if Miami ends up if they do end up taking DeAndre Swift, he might be the premier back. No, I doubt it. I don't even know what the offense is going to look like with Tua in there, or according to me, it's freaking Justin Herbert. So.
Herbert. Yeah, we don't know. I'm excited for
I
tomorrow.
don't know. Oh, dude, it's going to be ridiculous.
22 hours.
First years, but I don't even know what's going to happen.
Oh, tomorrow's the
Usually I
last
fall
day I could
asleep
eat
for it.
lunch.
I will actually be awake for the Pats pick. Usually I fall asleep for the Pats pick every year. Slight flex.
6-time champ that is.
6 times.
All right, so for the
champ.
next 3 picks, wait, you guys just said all right.
There's
Baltimore,
like 5 left.
Tennessee.
Do you want to just
Green
do
Yeah,
all 5 or do you
one
want
final
to do
sweep.
Yeah, bang them
Yeah.
out. Bang them out.
All right, you
All
got this, Marsh.
All right, so 28 Ravens. I had them going. Kenneth Murray, linebacker from Oklahoma. They lost C.J. Mosley last season, like before this one, and they just lost Patrick Onwuasor to the Jets too. Jets stealing all the linebackers, so they get one here. Titans, Ezra Cleveland, the tackle from Boise State. They lost Conklin, replaced him. Packers, Cesar Ruiz, the guard from Michigan, just shore up their offensive line with the last couple of years of Rodgers. The Niners, A.J. Terrell, the cornerback from Clemson. They just need help there, opposite Sherman. And then I have DeAndre Swift going to the Chiefs here.
All right. Baltimore, I have them taking a receiver. I have them taking Denzel Mims. I think you had him going earlier. Tennessee, I have them taking Gross Matos out of Penn State. Edge also was one earlier on your list. Josh Jones going to Green Bay, also on your list. So that might be a fall. I believe. I don't know. He's predicted to go.
I think
San Fran.
A lot of places, yeah.
San Fran, I'm taking a corner here. I think they will trade this one too. Trayvon Diggs, cornerback, Alabama. And lastly, Kansas City, I have them shoring up the interior with Cesar Ruiz from Michigan.
Right on.
I freaking.
Not much to talk about.
Not much. I mean, it's the last 5 picks of the first round. There's obviously a couple names we didn't hear in the first round. One person I could say who, DeMaio, you brought up his name earlier. I'm not expecting you guys to have an exact pick for him or anything, but predictions on Jalen Hurts.
The Jags. I don't know.
Jags?
Gut feeling. Jags.
I can see Jags third round.
I don't know. Actually, here, I'm going to take back what I said for this one reason. I think that's not exactly the play style, but I think that the player profile of Gardner Minshew and Jalen Hurts is too similar. I think to bring 1 year ago to bring in like this 4th round talent, and then next year bring in another like what if 4th round talent would be ridiculous. I think either you bring in a late round guy or you bring in a first round guy, which I don't think they will. So I don't think there's a point. I think Gardner Minshew's your guy too, sort of, for the next.
I
2
think
years.
you at least got to give him another year. I mean, from what he showed as a rookie, yeah.
It's not worth drafting.
Zayd brought it up to me earlier. He said of possible Jalen Hurts landing spot, the Steelers, which I could see. I mean, Duck Hodges, Mason Rudolph, they didn't show anything.
I know Mike Tomlin.
Behind Roethlisberger. Yeah.
I know Mike Tomlin like had that love thing for Mason Rudolph, but there has to be a point where a backup for who's been one of the most dominant quarterbacks in our generation and Ben Roethlisberger, to back him up, I feel like you have to prove more. Like he kind of had a Matt Flynn type thing. Like remember when Matt Flynn went off and then he got the hype, but then after that he just kind of fell off. It's kind of like that with Mason Rudolph, and I feel like this Duck Hodges, I don't know much about him other than his nickname is Duck.
Did the Colts have any traction with any QBs in draft this year? Was that a thing they're looking for?
That is a great question. I didn't even think about that.
Because the Colts could be looking for a backup because Jacoby Brissett's not exactly. He's it and it's not it. And Phil Rivers going to be there for 3 years if he's walking around on a cane on the 3rd year. Maybe.
They're just going to have one of Phil Rivers' 20 kids. Be the backup quarterback.
the reason he's having so many kids is he's just using like their placenta to make himself more powerful. He's just injecting it in his veins. He's just using his life force to come back to him. He has the physiological like age of a 22-year-old man. Just killing it out.
He drops a needle once. Oh, damn, nabbit.
Is that the roids, Phil? It's like, nah, that's placenta, bro. You want some?
Trying to hit this?
All you need is to have kids, like 20 of them.
Doesn't pop up on a
20.
drug test. You're cool.
No, big non-draft related, but big change in the NFL. The players now can't get suspended or fined for testing positive for marijuana. What do you guys?
No, they can get fined. They just can't get suspended.
They could get fined?
They just can't get.
I need to check
they
my
can't lose
sources,
games.
man.
They could definitely just lose a bunch of money. The NFL definitely
pissed.
go like, yeah, people are pissed. But
Goodell's
I mean, yeah, it's one step closer. But I don't know when people are gonna figure it out. I mean, it's definitely not helping you in football. It'll help you recover. There's sports that it will help you, and I'll tell you that straight up. I think that as much as they like don't like, I think martial arts, I think it helps you a lot.
Yeah.
The CBD part.
I mean, let's say no martial arts. Don't get me started on MMA right now, DeMaio. We could break off for like
we'll
3 hours.
But yeah, no, that's something that could help you. And I don't think football. I don't think the marijuana helps you unless it's recovery. And in that, if it's recovery, I think the CBD thing has been proven. I'm not trying to
allow it.
I think it should be legal everywhere.
Yeah.
Every state. Looking at you, New York. If you're
Every
watching
country.
If New York's watching the 2020 mock draft. All right, that was a good mock draft. I'm not even kidding. That was fun.
Fun times.
Something to do in the time where we need to talk about sports and everything. Stay, you guys that watched through all of this, thank you. It's crazy that why? Like, you're just watching 3 college guys talk about a draft, and how, like, I was like out of it half the time. I was honestly just thinking of like the players in the jerseys. I'm not gonna lie, but I was taking in what you were saying. But
Zayd pulled
anyways,
up
thank you guys
maybe
for
2
watching
stats.
it. I pulled up like no stats. I just pulled up. This is what was on my screen the whole time. I don't know if you guys, the green screen isn't going to show, but it's a draft order. But thank you guys for watching once again. We'll try to just put out videos during quarantine, literally anything. That's all. You guys have anything to say?
It was fun. I want to do it again.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can't do it again. The draft happens tomorrow, but like something
Talking.
like this.
Tune in for
definitely.
after Friday. We're gonna do our 7th round mock draft, so make sure you tune in for that. We're gonna
our day 3 mock draft. That's my favorite one. Where we do all the rounds. Yeah, that should be.
Exactly.
No.